Hello everyone. Good morning, good evening. Hope my voice is loud and clear. Can someone please confirm?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Anusha. So we'll begin in 5 more minutes. Let's give time for others to join. Okay, and I'm seeing the people are joining still. Let's give a few more minutes. Okay, meanwhile, while others are joining, let's have a small interaction between us. I am myself, Anup. I am the instructor and the one who is going to conduct this demo session and the following classes throughout this entire duration of 30 days, 30 classes. Okay, and I'm basically from Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. So let's introduce ourselves. Maybe I'll ask one by one whoever is there in this call. You can just say like from which location you've been taking part for the session. Okay. That's all. I don't want to pull you into the limelight and uh, put you into pressure. Just your name and your place where you're joining for this session. Okay, let's give it a try. Hello, Anusha. Feel free to unmute yourself. You can explain like from where you're joining for the session. Okay, maybe let's try the other person. Maybe she's having some trouble on hearing us. Snigdha. Okay, I'm getting confused. Like, are you guys able to hear my voice loud and clear? Is it neat? Hello, Abhishek.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, hello, Abhishek. So, where are you joining from? Which part of the location?
So I am from West Bengal.
Okay. Good.
Thank
Fine.
you.
We'll begin in a couple of minutes. Just giving for
Oh,
time for others to join.
okay, sure.
Hello, Vikas. Yeah. Can you know from which part of location you're joining from? Okay, so for some reason we couldn't able to hear you. Okay, let's give a try on the other participants. Digambar.
Yeah, hi. Good evening.
Hello, good evening. Yeah. So which location you're from?
Hey, I'm from Pune location, and already I have some little bit Tosca knowledge, and nearby
Oh, great.
I'm having 6 years of experience in automation.
Great, 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 great. We'll see that. Okay.
There actually is some means much more noise in my side, so that's why I have muted.
Sure, sure, sure. No issues, no issues. That's good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, Madhukar. Okay. Okay. So Madhukar is from Andhra Pradesh. Good. Okay. Fine. I'll give few more minutes. Let's because I'm getting a notes in my WhatsApp to wait for a few minutes from other students. We'll begin in few more minutes. No, because you're not audible. Okay. Last 2 more minutes. I'll sharply starts by 9:10. Okay. Uh, Hello, Madhukar. Yes, we'll be covering the APIs and we'll be having integrations from data on different ways. And we'll be talking about CI/CDs also. But everything is not in terms of other tools, other plugins, all from the Tosca itself. Okay, and fine, we'll get started. Hope you are all able to see my screen and my voice is neat and clear. If it is not, please feel free to raise your question. Yeah. So chat boxes I couldn't able to monitor because I am sharing my screen. So I'll be having a question session at the end of this call. So let's take the all your queries and doubts about this session and about this Tosca tools and automations on Salesforce. We'll take it at the last. So here we'll start our today's demo session on mastering Salesforce plus Tosca automation. Okay, so this course is for 6 weeks where we will be having a enterprise grade automation training, especially crafted for QA professionals. Like yeah, I see multiple people from multiple different locations, and we are all joined together here to learn something new. And I hope everyone is working on QA side and quality assurance, where you've been working on a different automation tools like API testings or Seleniums, or maybe some knows Toscas and basic level want to improvise into the advanced level. And some will be on working on stuck in the manual process also. They want to switch their careers. So for all of them, this is a well-crafted course, and this will give you the idea of what is Tosca automation. And instead of taking the random website and trying to automate it, we designed this course to cover with the Salesforce, which is an world number one CRM tool, which has been used by many of the leading companies around the globe. Right? Testing Salesforce itself is kind of a niche skill where we'll be getting a lot of opportunities in and outside of the Indian and APAC regions also. So let's talk about everything. And here myself, Anup. So let's talk about my professional experience, what I'm currently doing, and why I'm good for this particular session. So I'm Tosca automation architect, and I have experience around of 10 years where I predominantly worked on Tosca automation, and I have knowledge on Selenium and as well as Catalog and API automations also. I'm the enterprise QA specialist where I'll be responsible for quality assurance of my domain itself. Right? I'm currently working in life science domain in a multinational company based in Chennai, and I'll be the one who is responsible for all the QA automations happening across my projects. And also, I'm a curriculum designer who will be designing these courses in organizations also and outside organizations also. Right. So I'm an architect in Tosca especially, and having a QA experience over 10 years, and I have multiple domain knowledge like banking and insurance, healthcare, life science, and the CRMs. And I well known for my framework design, which will help the enterprises to the projects to expand into the large scale models. Right. I have technical mastery, not only automating UI, but also I can able to automate APIs, Excels like files and all, XMLs, Excel, PDFs. I have automated all those things. Salesforce, CRM, especially, and SAP also. I have knowledge on automating this, and all our SIPs can be automated. I mean, integrated with the CI/CD modules. So I have this technical mastery well enough to give you my share my knowledge and help you on understanding the things. And I well known for my reusable components. If I create something, it will be can be expanded into the other applications and other projects as well. So I've been known for that. And as I said, I'm a curriculum designer where I led multiple these kind of training programs across the globe. I taken courses on Europe regions and US regions, and predominantly taking courses on other Indian regions on this time. So I have the vast experience on handling multiple set of professionals and students, and from beginners to the advanced level of teaching I have did. And in my curriculum design, and I have two major things: how to design my particular course on instructional excellence and career focus. Like whatever I teach, I emphasize it is having a clarity and it's having a safety and good practices in agile and waterfall methodologies. So it is easy for you to adapt within your organizations and implement automation after finishing this course immediately. And as my career is focused on automation, and I know where this particular course should also be designed. So either after this particular session, once you join, enroll the session, after this demo, we'll be having a 30 days of time to look into all those contents, right? After 30 days, what will be the takeaway? That should be having something, right? Either in terms of knowledge or else both knowledge and as well as the uh, uh, what to say, your skill upgrades and your particular remunerations or else the career switch itself, right? So our course is designed in that particular way, and I was so expert on that part. And not only that, what will happen after 30 days? If you get stuck in somewhere during your implementation, or else after 30 days, after a break, you are starting your particular learnings again, can you able to reach out to me? Yes, definitely. I'll be sharing my mobile number and my email ID, and our admin team will be there. So you can always reach out to them. And if you have any doubts on the future, not only in this particular course duration, even after some time, if you end up on some issues in a project, or if you want to recap the things, or if you want to learn something about one particular issue on implementation means, feel free to reach out. So this is my technical expertise and professional profile, what you're going to uh, handle or travel with me for next 30 days. Okay. So I want to know why we have joined this particular session and why we are spending this particular 30 minutes of time, sorry, 1 hour of time in this particular Tosca session.
So your voice is not audible.
For me also.
So someone has muted me, or is it from the beginning itself is not audible, or suddenly it went?
Suddenly went.
Okay, someone has muted me. Please refrain from doing that. Okay, fine. Maybe I'll start from this. Okay, from the previous slide. Okay, we all joined this particular session to know about to take away something, right? But let me put up a one question: why do we need to choose this Salesforce as our learning path, and why do we need to choose Tosca as an automation tool, and why do you all need to choose us, right? So let's start with the Salesforce. And as I was saying, this as a legacy around. They have years of experience. They founded on 1999, which means they have around 20 years of experience in the market, where they have handled more than 150,000 customers throughout the globe, and they have the good market presence and good number of share. and they are the number one industry leader, right? And this Salesforce is nothing but the CRM, customer relationship model. For example, we are running a marketing campaign. Okay, let's take in that particular way. So as we are running a marketing campaign, we need to have multiple datas in and out that will be flowing. What is the customer name and what is the what kind of marketing we are going to do to them, and what is the outcome, whether that particular customer has converted into the sale or not. If that is a sale, how much the uh, income has been generated from them, or else how much we spend for marketing. So all these kind of customer things, right, that will be handled in Salesforce. Not only as an, I'm saying an example for some marketing, but it's not limited to that particular things, right? And as I said, they have very unified business solutions for many things. It is completely based on cloud. You don't need to install anything. You don't need to have different plugins for it. All you need to do is we need to reach out to the team and get the license. So they will be helping you to set up the things. All we need some kind of data setups to databases and all. That's it. So they will help you to configure your applications. And not only for sales and marketing, as I was saying, they have services and commerce. Service in the sense, if you want to raise any tickets, complaints, or handle some kind of workflows, your Salesforce is a good application to handle all those things. And they have 360-degree customer review, which means they know in and out of different workflows what will be requiring, and real-time collaboration, which will help you to collaborate with the multiple teams and multiple tools within your organization or out your organization, right? And Salesforce is also known as SaaS product, software as a service, and also it is a PaaS, platform as a service. Okay, so these are the key points which you will be needing to go and talk about Salesforce in future. That's the reason I'm explaining all these things. Okay. And as you were saying, Salesforce is majorly cloud-based platform. We don't need to set up anything as an infrastructure point of view. Everything is handled via cloud itself. Okay. And this platform enables us to integrate seamlessly on multiple areas and collaborate with the different teams and different applications also, right? So this is how the Salesforce has been configured. I'll be showing the demo on Salesforce on future classes, but this is an overview what Salesforce is. Hope I'm clear. If you have any questions. Okay, but the key takeaway is it's a cloud-based platform which is for CRM. Okay, and it's number one industry leader, and they are doing services for multiple domains. Okay, and it will be allow us to integrate with the different types of backend and front-end integrations. Okay, and now let's jump into Tosca. In this why we need to learn Tosca, that we cover, and now let's see why we need to cover on Salesforce, that we cover. Let's see why Tosca. So Tosca, it's also known as scriptless automation tool. To learn this particular Tosca, we no need to have any background on coding knowledge. All we need to do is understand the Tosca UI and which particular button will work for which particular feature. And the most important thing we need to have in Tosca automation is the logical thinking. Like if this particular way we design our test case means, will it be having a proper solution, or else will it be having failure proof? Right. So this Tosca is scriptless automation founded in the year of 2007, and it is very fastly grown. In this recent 10 years of my experience, multiple projects got adapted into Tosca mainly because of scriptless automation, right? And it is having a model-based approach, which means however your particular application is there, right? And we will be able to automate your application based on how it is looking. We no need to think about anything else. How the data flow will be there. So we don't need to worry about all those things. Model-based automation eliminates scripting complexity. And especially for Salesforce, it helps us to design faster and easy to maintain. And Tosca is having a very good interface where we can drag and drop all our components so we can create our test cases efficiently for all our workforces. Okay. And this Tosca is having end-to-end coverage, starting from UI, API, mobile, SAP, and Salesforce, database, and the custom mainframes, and Excels, PDF, or XMLs. If you want to, if your test case need to be covered in all those things, means we can. One single tool which will allow you to automate most of the things. That's why it's called end-to-end coverage. And Tosca is famous for its reusable modules. Once we created something, we can push the Tosca at the maximum level to reuse across the areas. Right? And this is for enterprise automation, which means Tosca is the licensed tool where they're targeting the big fortune companies who are working throughout the globe. So they know the volatile of their business, how fast how large their applications are. So Tosca is built in that particular way. They want to handle the big, large organizations. So for that, we need to have the good automation framework, first of all. So it should be having multiple testing methodologies there, like risk-based or exploratory or else data-driven. Tosca will support all those things. And it is ready to integrate with your Jenkins, Azure, TeamCity, whatnot. Even with ALMs, under we can and Jira's also. And for dashboards, we can integrate our Tosca with many of the almost most of the tools for our business purpose. And it is having compliance, which means when we are developing something in Tosca, it is not having any issues where the code leaks or else the bug issues will come into picture because of our validation standards will not get affected. So it's enterprise compliance and it's accelerated delivery, which means you could have known about automation. If we want to start automation means we need to set up the infrastructure, then we need to scale that infrastructure, and then we need to pick the right resources who is having various kind of experience, and then we need to start analyzing and write the code and debug the code and deploy the code and execute it, right? But Tosca, all we need to do is we need to have the right candidate who can perform automation and Tosca license. Only these two things. That's it. We can directly switch into the Tosca automation. We no need to worry about what infrastructure we have and what kind of prerequisites we need to consider, what plugins we need to install, nothing like that. Right? And Tosca is giving you the strong ecosystem, which means as it is not open source, they have created a kind of environment where you can go and reach out to the peoples in their academy. They have multiple certifications. They have online labs where you can go and practice your multiple scenarios. And they have a particular support group where we can go and post our queries. And or else if not, we are not getting solution from their particular support group. As it is a vendor provided in the sense, as a license tool, when we purchase a license, we will be assigned to a particular Tricentis support team itself. So whenever we get into issues, we can reach to Tosca team, which is been from the Tricentis itself. Tricentis is the parent company of the Tosca, right? Tricentis is the company. Their product is Tosca. Okay, and so we can reach out to the Tricentis team. They will help us with the solution. Okay, so we covered about why Salesforce and why Tosca. So as we see, Salesforce is a CRM, it's cloud-based and is multiple domains will support, collaborates, and industry market leader one. And Tosca, it's having years of experience on automating multiple applications, and it covers end-to-end on various methodologies. And it's no scripting. That is a scriptless automation, is the main feature, right? And so now, why us? Right? we covered why Salesforce, why Tosca, and why S. As I was explaining before, this course is crafted in that particular way. It can be used and it is going to help you understand both Salesforce and Tosca. Okay, so why S will be answered on the future slide. How it is. So let's talk about the S on covering this how itself. So I like to take this particular session on the second part. So we covered why. Now I want to ask about how. So you all joined the session to know about Tosca and know about Salesforce, right? So how to do that? How to start? How to implement? How to scale? So this particular thing we will be covering and we are good on it. That's why us is come into picture. So let's see that how. So this program, what we are designed is a completely hands-on scenario-driven training program. Okay, it's not like I'll be creating some kind of assets on previous classes or offline, and I'll coming and displaying that particular completed test cases as an example and explain it in there. It's completely scenario driven and hands-on on the real time. Daily classes, I'll be opening Tosca, I'll be opening Salesforce, and I'll be showing what is what and how it is done. Right. And this is the 6-week structure which we are planning. So on first 2 weeks, we'll be completely into Salesforce plus Tosca automation. It's not like first 2 weeks, it's complete for say only for Salesforce. No Tosca is covered, not like that. We'll be talking on Salesforce, where I'll give a manual functionality of how that particular Salesforce application is working, and we'll try to automate most of the scenarios using Tosca. So first 2 weeks, we'll be talking about Salesforce and Salesforce automation and certification preparation for Salesforce. Okay, and then on last 3 weeks, let's switch into the advanced automation, like automating Excels, PDF, APIs, XML using Tosca. Right? And even more advanced like module management, reusability, and parameterization and optimization. So all these we'll be covering. And the final part of execution. So how to execute, how to properly create execution list, how to generate a reports, and we'll complete our final projects. Okay. And at the last week, we'll talk about certification paths and LinkedIn optimization and resume workshops also you'll be conducting. So this is the overview, and this is the program and course content which we are planning to do. Okay. So by enrolling for this, it will be helping you to know where you will start, and it will help you to how to implement in your project. And once it is done, you will be knowing how to scale it. So this particular course will help you to understand how to make use of this session. Right? And the key takeaway away of this particular session is we are going to focus on Salesforce CRM fundamentals and UI API automation and Excel file handlings automation and enterprise application automation, which means the Salesforce I'm talking about here. But we need to see like I'll be teaching in that particular way how an actual enterprise application should be automated in a professional way, right? And handling the CI/CD integration processes and the good architecture to automate this particular Salesforce and certificate readiness, right? So the key benefits I want to emphasize, we'll be doing parallel Salesforce learning and Tosca learning. And I want to reiterate one particular thing. First 2 weeks we'll be on Salesforce, and next 3 weeks we'll be on different UIs, right? On first third week we'll be on to file automation, which will not be having any involvement of Salesforce or other web pages. But last 2 weeks, let's jump into the different UIs other than the Salesforce. So he will be getting the knowledge of multiple web pages and real world project experience, because from the day one, whatever we are scanning and whatever we are creating, right, that will be comprised and completed as part of the final project, right? So final project we have, right? The flow, how this particular all 5 weeks goes is whatever you're starting from the beginning, that will end up on the last step. So that will be the final project. So we'll be seeing the entire application is getting integrated with all 5 weeks. Okay, and then we'll be discussing on certification, how to prepare for interviews and all. I have a bunch of question and answers for you to share, and then I have few set of examples for resume and what is a keyword and how to be ATS friendly and how to have the proper LinkedIn or other web pages that we will do. And daily we'll be having peer reviews. If I create something, or if you create something, if you want to showcase to the team, you can feel free to do. And if I create something on the calls, on the meetings, I'll be asking quizzes also. So this is the key benefits and takeaways and focus areas of this particular session. If I'm going too fast, feel free to interrupt me and we can ask questions, or if you're not clear on certain things. Okay. We have question scenario at the end also, but feel free if you want to. Okay, and this duration and format is it's 6 weeks of training, as we said, and daily 1 hour, and that will be having hands-on. Daily I'll be having a hands-on session where I will be opening Tosca, Salesforce, or other related things, and I'll be scanning and completing a test case. And same, I'll be requesting you also to do from your end, right? But how to do? Setting up the Tosca in your machine and getting the license, that and all I will be helping out. So don't worry. So all those things I'll be teaching. So daily I'll be taking a 1 hour theory session in these meetings, and I'll be expecting same can be done from your end. And also we'll be covering all the certifications. These are required for you to go and apply any jobs or to learn more about Tosca. And deliverables as part of these courses, we'll be having not only weekly quizzes, sometimes we'll be having daily quizzes also. Based on the theory session, how it is going, I'll be conducting daily quizzes, and we'll be having mini project and final projects and peer reviews and final presentation. Final presentation sense, we'll be completing our particular project and we'll execute it, how the Tosca is getting opened, how the workflow is getting completed, how it's getting logged out, how it is taking data from a different source, and how it is logging into second application and completing our things. So let's see all those things as part of final presentation and project. Okay, so let's talk about to whom it is ideal for. We need to know, right? So who can join this? Can anyone can join? Yes, of course. Whoever is having a QA experience, who know how to test, basically, that is sufficient. All we need is, because Tosca is a scriptless automation tool. Do I need a Java experience or Python experience, or do we need a Selenium setup? Nothing required. All you need is a basic thing to join this particular session daily and observe and try to do a hands-on in your free time, right? So it's ideal for QA engineers who want to transform their career to switch to Tosca and learn about Salesforce, and automation architects who is actually the mid-level peoples who want to evolve them as architects. So for them, it will be good. And teams transitioning to Salesforce and enterprise-grade Tosca automation. So for all of them, it will be good. To cover all those things, I'll be helping you throughout this particular 6 weeks of time. And let's talk about the benefits. So we talked about why, we talked about how, and let's talk about the benefits. Because we want to take something as part of this particular course, right? As you're saying at the beginning, I want to emphasize what kind of benefits you'll be getting. In career base and knowledge base, for sure, you will be having a good push, because automation is the one which is fast forward moving towards the QA region. From the beginning, it's been for the last 10-15 years, automation is the key thing. So whoever is learning the automation, they'll be seeing the vast change in their career base. And in knowledge base, what I want to say is, if one who knows automation in the project wise, they will be having an upper hand, right? Even during the um, recession, and if the team says want to be reduced, means they will be looking into the functional team, who we can reduce, right? See, that's a ground reality, nothing to hide. I'm a project manager, and I know how to cut short the expenses for the client, right? So once you know Tosca, you are getting upper hand. So in career wise, learning Tosca and Salesforce automation is a very good choice if you ask me in personal means, because that is going to boost your entire career itself, believe me. And for knowledge wise, yes, definitely it's easy to learn and easy to adapt, and we no need to sit and uh, brush up our daily skills on multiple scenarios. All we need is, for Tosca, is we need to think on how logically we can approach this particular solution or else for a particular issue. That's all we need. Okay, let's talk about compensation. At end of the day or end of the month, if we see some kind of good amount in our bank balance, means we'll be happy, right? For the work we did. Definitely, I'll be saying either we need to learn in knowledge wise or else we need to earn in pocket wise. If two things are some project on job is giving, means we can stay in the job. If something is not good, if either one is not giving the return, we are not learning in knowledge wise for longer period of time, means it's time to grow. Or else, if you're doing good amount of work but you're not getting paid enough, means it's good to switch, right? Let's take Tosca wise. How this Tosca will help you to handle all those things. Let's see the salary range, right? Because this is also a kind of the required thing for you to know, so you can plan your career on Tosca. So this is the different types of level which I plan for. Entry level, so minimum salary is 3 lakhs they are offering for the one who did certifications and having 0 to 1 year of project experience. Based on companies to companies, they are giving. For 2 years itself, 2 years of Tosca, they are offering around 8 lakhs. That is for sure. If someone is attending Tosca interviews in your friend circle, means, or else if you already have a Tosca tester in your organization, means try to ask officially or unofficially, what is your salary range I can expect. You can put questions in that particular way, because we can't go and confront them with what salary you're asking, right? This will be awkward for them, one for us also. So you can start asking them based on their experience. We can expect 3 to 8 lakhs for 0 to 2 years or 2.5 years maximum. And once we cross this, we can expect around 10 to 15 lakhs. This is not exaggerated. I'll post these particular links after this particular call. You can go and check this. These are ambition box, Glassdoors. You'll be having an awareness about these things, right? Where people will come and post anonymously. So, right. So this is what the salary for mid-level. For seniors or architects, for architects and all, 25 lakhs are damn easy on the good reputed companies I'm talking about. It's not in startups, or if you go into the contract roles, they'll be paying even more high things. But for the good MNCs, if you're having 8 years of 10 years of experience and all, you can easily expect this particular packages. Okay, as an average, if you know Tosca, with the proper background of IT, you can expect 10 lakhs per annum. That is a very basic I'm talking about. Okay, but Anup, I want to learn Tosca. I don't want to end up on the offshore region. I want to see something on onshore. Means will Tosca will be helpful? Yes, definitely. Because as it is a global company, they're having presence on multiple regions. So if you take United States, they're giving average salary of $1 lakh per year. It depends on the seniority level, and same for United Kingdom, especially in the German and Netherlands and Switzerland and all, paying for good for the European regions. And India, we discussed on the previous slides. And for other than India, if you want to go to Malaysia, Singapore, or Australia, means there also we have good number of TOSCOP opportunities. Okay, so these profiles, these links also I'll share. So let's switch into demo. But before switching into demo, I want to showcase a particular thing. Let's see. Okay, I will reshare again because I was sharing only the. Okay, someone is getting noise. Okay, hope you're able to see my screen, right? Can someone please confirm? Okay, I take it as a yes, and I hope you could able to hear me also. Okay, I share some of the URLs. Let's hit into Naukri and see. This is a very famous portal, if you all know, in our India, right? So I'm taken this. So if you see here, 9,700 jobs are there only for this particular keyword, Tosca automation. But as you know, in Naukri, it's based on keywords. If I go and search only Tosca, that is going to show another 10,000 kind of jobs. If I go and choose Tosca tester, that is going to have different kind of jobs. So if I use only one keyword, as you see, it is showing 9,700. See, this and all we can't tamper. This is a Naukri site, and there we are going and searching what is Tosca automation. So let's go and search only as Tosca. I'm not see these are different type keywords, okay? But I am not using anything else, only Tosca. Let's search it. See, it's having 800. And similarly, if I go and search a different, let's say like Tosca automation. So if I go for this, see, it's having 9,700. So jobs are there for various levels and for various salaries. So that is for sure. The major companies are hiring for Tosca, right? So let's, as we came here, let's look into the other slides also, which we sort of seeing at later point. Okay, now let me open this ambition box and see the salaries. Okay, see, for India, for the 2 to 6 years of experience, people are posted like 7 to 8 lakhs. Right. So similarly, let's check for Glassdoor. What is the salary range for the Tosca testers? Okay, it's asking for CAPTCHA. See, it's for it's saying like 2 to 11 years. Sorry, it's 2 to 11 lakhs per year. See, this is a salary range we can expect for sure, right? And all these salary levels are only for the mid level, not for the seniors. Or if you worked for 1 or 2 years in Tosca and have a good experience build, you can directly switch into this senior roles where you can end up on getting 20 lakhs for sure. I don't want to exaggerate it, but all you need is to start and learn. So in the period of 1 year or 1.5 years, you can see a good change in your career itself, right? So let's see one more also where I can take the Glassdoor for the UK region. Okay, see here it's for average, they are paying around 45 per year. So this is a very good salary. So if we convert this into the Indian rupees, means you'll be end up on getting lakhs, right? So this is the salary structure I want to say as part of the benefits which we are talking about, right? So by learning Tosca and enrolling into this Salesforce, it's giving an advantage to get better into career, and knowledge wise the improvement, and compensation wise the great leap, right? So now let's switch into the demo. Let's try to automate one particular small login feature using Tosca and see how it is stand out in other automations. Okay, so this is a Tosca tool. This is how the UI will be looking like, and I'll be explaining about what is how to install this Tosca, what versions you need to get, and how to get the proper license, and how to end up onto on these screens. I'll be teaching on tomorrow's classes because it's a demo session. I don't want to talk about installation, integrations, and all. So let's jump into the direct automation for this. Okay, so this is the module where we'll be getting the elements. So elements in the sense, let me go into the UI. See, this is the particular Salesforce sites which we are going to automate. For example, I want to automate this username and password. I need to click on this login button, right? So how to do that? Very simple. As it is a Salesforce application, we'll be getting this particular username and password and login button by default. Username and password and login button. How it came in? How it came to our Tosca? So to do this Salesforce automation is we need to go to scan, right? So there's a area called modules in which we need to right click and go to scan, and we need to go to more and select Salesforce scan, right? So if we do so, it will ask for username and password security token. So this we need to populate. I already have it. So let me go for that and see. Right. So this is the one. Please don't go and change this passwords and all. Okay, so this is security key. So if you do so, what will happen is Tosca, if you see here, it's logging in. It's logging into the Salesforce application based on the credentials which we give. See, now it pulled. See, this is the Salesforce application, right? This Salesforce application, we never logged in at all, but still we pass these credentials to the Salesforce. So if we log in and what and all modules will be there, what and all functionalities, buttons, and web elements will be there. That is converted into these kind of checkboxes. So if we click this particular, or else if you give select all, what will happen is all those buttons basically. I want to keep it in that particular way. Like this is an username field, this is a password field, this is a login field, right? All those will be scanned by Tosca from the Salesforce and will be saved in the form of these modules. Okay, as I already have it, I don't want to give scan again. If I do so, this is what will be created. So I'm giving cancel. So now we got all these particular modules, which is nothing but the buttons. We can think in that particular way. So if you see, this is a login. This is having username, password, login, right? So this is the username, password, and login button. We have this. So how to now we got the buttons from Salesforce to a Tosca. So now let's see how to create a test case. All you need to do is go to a test case. Maybe we can create one folder, right? Let's name like demo. Let's create a test case, login, Salesforce. Okay, so now test case has been created. I'll explain about these folders, naming conventions, what this particular things and all. But as of now, just understand like I went and created a test case. So now I will drag and drop this particular login module. That's it. So inside this, I want to populate our username and credentials. So let me do that. So that's all. If you see, I created a test case, I created a folder, I created a test case, inside it dragged and dropped it. Right? So here we populated, username we populated, password we populated, login. See how Tosca it is. As it is seeing the password name, it is going and encrypting it. Right? So that much advanced, it is having compliances. So that's why enterprises are preferring Tosca. And see, we never written a single line of code, right, to fetch this particular usernames and password, nothing. All we did is a login via Tosca. right? So now let's see how this is going to log in. To do that, we have one more step. I want to go to test configuration. I need to create a parameter called browser in which I'll give as Edge, because I want this script should be executed in Edge browser. I'm not writing any single line of code. If I want to execute in Chrome means all I need to click on this drop down and choose it. Let's stick with the Edge and see. Let's execute this particular script. Okay. So our expectation is here it should come this page and it should populate username, password, and give login. Right. So let's see. So how to run? Right click and run. At the bottom of the screen, you can see the progress bar. See, it went and clicked. And login has been successful. See, it went and login has made. We can verify here. Inbox Tosca training. This is what I've been trying to log in. Yes, it is that. So to do a login, did we written any single line of code? No. Did we went and install any packages? Nothing. Right. So because you will be also automating all these things in the upcoming classes, right? So I'll be teaching it. All you need is this version of Tosca and Salesforce. And this is also trial license. I'll say how to get it undone. So no need to worry. See how simple this Tosca is helping us to go and automate. So this is how Tosca is far more advanced than other automation tools on completing the automation. Right. So this is the demo which I want to show. If you have any questions, feel free to ask because we have last 5 more minutes before closing the session. Yeah, I see hands has been raised. Yeah, Gaurav, go ahead.
So okay. In Salesforce we have validation rules. So validation rule also we can
Yeah, we
can
do.
take
Yeah, we can.
in Tosca.
We can.
And
Yeah, we can.
negative test cases like you
Definitely.
just pass simple thing. So negative also we can pass on that credential part. So see
Definitely,
the negative
definitely.
test case like
Definitely. So
okay,
for
okay.
example,
And what about okay.
mhm.
And we had a custom LWC component for the complex logic. So is Tosca scan that also like custom buttons and all?
Definitely. For example, I'll say one more thing. This particular profile feature is there, right? Where we'll be clicking this avatar and seeing this logout and all. This is not scan. This will not be scanned as part of Salesforce module. What I mean to say Salesforce module is we have predefined modules here, right? Which got pulled from the Tosca automatically. This will not have this particular avatar button. So this and all we will be going and scanning it. Or let's take like this particular refresh button will not be there in the this particular scan, predefined scan. So this and all we will be going and scanning it. So it will allow us to scan. That is possible. I hope it's
Okay, means
answered your question.
that part also you are covering. I'm just assuming
Definitely will be covering.
all the
Only
I'm
if,
just asking about the custom logic because in my project like I am also working in Salesforce, so I'm working in manual. So we had so too much custom logic and some integration. Like if suppose I am calling one button and one call is going to SAP and it will be showing on the data table. So that thing also it can be possible.
validation rule in the sense you will be getting an error either below the particular field or else when we are completing the workflow and
No, I'm just
so
asking that LWC part. Suppose in home, suppose we have one button, and when
yes,
I
yes,
click on
it
that
is.
particular button, it will call one API call to SAP, and all the data showing on the data table. So that thing also Tosca cover. I'm just asking.
Yeah, it is. For example, see, this particular Salesforce is the Lightning component. It's not a classic UI, right? As you know. So this
Right.
is a Lightning feature. So all these buttons are already scanned in Tosca. Whatever we couldn't able to see here, right? That we will go and scan. For example, if this is not been unable to, we can locate here means we will go and scan this. Right? This Salesforce is completely a Lightning version. Right? See, if you see, this is switch to class Salesforce Classic that we are not going to use. We are going to use the Lightning version because most of the Salesforce projects are getting upgraded to the Lightning version. So we'll be sticking into the Lightning version. So in any of the scenarios, we'll be covering all your particular queries. If that particular data type I'm not having and I couldn't able to cover means, you can have a call with me and we can sit and discuss on your particular application, and I can give you a solution for that part. Because as you know, your particular application is different, which is custom made, that is having a different set of rules. And I'm also using Salesforce in my particular current project, Life Science. We went and built Salesforce on top of the Honeywell package, which is a different vendor. That application has been integrated with our Salesforce that is transferring data to the FDA, which is Food and Drug Association. So we went and automated our Salesforce application in a very good way. And as you know, and also for everyone, Salesforce will be having 4 major releases throughout the year: winter, autumn, summer, and all. So our scripts need to be designed in a way it should not fail on each and every release. Release in the sense, nothing but the Salesforce is getting upgraded every time because of various reasons, for security, or they will go and update the UIs, or they will introduce the features. So our script should be handling all those things. So we'll be covering most of Lightning components and Tosca's Salesforce things in our course.
Hey, I apologize. I have a question. Maybe I can ask because I need to run. So how do we get the access to the Salesforce? Are you guys going to give us the link and the user ID and password?
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. That is one of the way to fetch all those details, or else we can go and scan using the scan module. So let's take another example. Here, let me create a folder, mark like demo. So if I want to scan something means, I can go and scan and choose application. So what will happen is it will start the Xscan window. We'll be discussing all those parts in the future classes. So it will trigger the Xscan window, which will allow me to see what other applications has been opened in my current machine. So here I am clicking on the Salesforce, and if I give scan means, it will list out all the buttons in the UI in the form of modules and properties in the Xscan window, from which I can go and scan and take it to my usage. So let's take one example. I want to click on this view button, view profile. So now if you see, yeah, so this view profile, this is the view profile. If you closely observe, this is getting highlighted as a red color. So which means I could I scanned it, I selected it, right? So how all it is, I started Xscan, and these are the properties were getting listed. So these are all the buttons, all the links, all the images. So we can enhance and see what and all was there, right? So Tosca will pull all the properties inside your test scan. Then it will allow you to pick what and all you needed. So I need what? Let me go string. So I need view profile. I scanned it. We want to check the properties. We'll talk about all these things. Don't worry. Let me take associated label, container. Yeah. So now I'll save this and close. So now if I switch back to Tosca, see in demo, I have view profile. So all I need to do is I need to drag and drop. So for this, I need to give an action. Let's say like click. Let me execute. See, it went and click. Automation has been successful. How simple it is. Within a minute, not even a single line of code has been written, but we went and clicked the profile. Okay. Any questions for anyone else? Yeah, Dilip, I could be able to see you raised.
Yes. So apart from this UI automation side, is it really helpful in the data validation part also? It can validate that different transformation logic on data warehousing sites
Yeah,
for
we'll
this
be
data
covering
we are getting.
Excel, PDF, APIs, XMLs, not only the UI. So this particular third week of course will be helping you to understand how to fetch data from different source and how to validate data in a different source also. Yeah, not
Okay.
only the UI, we'll be covering the validation parts now, other than the UX. File-based automation will be covering.
Okay, if data we are getting from the CRM, Salesforce CRM, and in our intermediate layers we are transforming the data and applying the transformation logics. So we can do that in here also for validation.
Oh, Tosca will support all those things. All we need to do, write a certain kind of formulas and how to see if your application is receiving a data from let's take an example of database one, okay, but that is
Okay.
not synchronized. Synchronized in the sense it is not real-time fetch. It will take 5 to 10 minutes or it will take a batch process means we need to design our
Yes,
script
yes.
in that particular way. It is waiting
Mhm.
or else we need to go and fetch in DB instead of it is getting automated automatically. So that and all we'll be discussing how to handle those scenarios. Right? Because each systems are designed in that particular complex way or different way on design logics. I'll be teaching how that should be handled.
Okay, and we can integrate the with our majorly three clouds, yeah, during database validations, Azure, AWS, and
No, no,
GCP.
no, not with the AWS and all. We'll be
Mhm.
fetching the data and sending the data from our file sources and TCDs, which is have this as part of Tosca itself. Like let me take you to there. So here, this is the TCD. So TCD
Okay.
section where you will be having all the data combinations for your test cases. So this part also we'll be covering because in Tosca, the main advantage is we don't want to go and check. We don't want to have integrations on different things. See, starting from configurations, data integrity, execution, issues, reporting, modules, reporting, and requirements, test case design, test cases structure, and test planning. Everything we can do in the Tosca itself. So they don't want to have a different set of third-party tool for this. So we'll be covering the different data validation logics in TCD itself.
Okay.
If you're understanding
Here,
this means,
yeah. Sorry. Please go ahead. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, if when we're understanding this particular concept, we will be understanding how the AWS, how to fetch the data from AWS itself. All the things is the pointers will be changed. For example, here I'm
Mhm.
going and sending the logic, I mean the data directly, right? Which is hard coded, we used to say. I'm writing something here. The test case is taking data from here itself. But if I map my test case to take data from test case design means this will be having formula, right? Um, Instead of sending the direct data, it will be having a point node uh, for data of this username that should go and fetch from the TCD. So that we will do. So once you learn this particular logic means it will be easy for you to implement to pull data from AWS also. All we need to do is we need to integrate our Tosca with your AWS and we will be fetching data from there. But the best part is we don't want to integrate your Tosca with AWS at all. All what you can do is either you can keep your test data on TCD itself, test case design, or there's an advanced feature called TDM, test data management. That is even far more simple, which is nothing but an advanced Excel which been placed in a SharePoint kind of. That is also a product of Tricentis Tosca itself. That is a add-on feature of Tosca from where you can send multiple data combinations. You no need to worry about AWS itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Like there was one drop down with data integrity. So data integrity checks is completely on the key value columns validation between fact and dim table. So all these things are going to cover also here, like on.
We'll be covering, see, from data perspective, I'll be covering from test case design.
Okay.
And to validate the different data, we'll be sending a different set of data in the test case level. And other than this particular data, we'll be covering API testings and file-based testings.
Okay.
So
Like
that is
what we
well
do in
sufficient.
Postman on API side. Yeah.
Yeah, in API automation, so if you see here, there is a different set of place for API automation itself. We won't be using API Postman tool for that. Tosca is having an inbuilt feature for API scan itself. So where we'll be putting our endpoint or WSL things, and we'll be hitting that particular node and fetch the response and store in the form of a Tosca test case. So
Okay.
that will help us to hit your different types of what to say, your particular APIs and get a response and validate it. So that is also possible. So see, when considering coming to Tosca, right, we won't be going into the different tools or integrations. Everything is, we'll be looking into the Tosca itself. Hope that answers.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I'm good.
Sir, can I check the chart?
Oh, okay. Okay, so difference between Selenium, Tosca, and all, definitely we'll be talking on next classes. I have presentations for it. And when coming to Salesforce integration testing, yeah, we'll be doing, but not specific with the third-party tools like payment, because what we are going to use in the Salesforce is the one which has been predefinedly gave by the Salesforce. So we'll not be integrating this particular Salesforce with the other payment tools and all. But for payment automation, don't worry, I'll be having a different set of tools for you to teach for this particular scenario. Like what is the minimum value, how to send the random numbers, and how to check the cart values, and how to handle the radio buttons, and after placing the order, how to verify the order number, and how to check the PDF or else the audit logs and all. So regarding to the payment, we'll be looking into the different UI, not from the Salesforce. Okay, hope it was fine. Yeah, Tosca enables for mobile testing also. Yes, it do. But we won't be covering as part of our course. I don't want to give false promises and all, because we won't be having time for it. If I take mobile means, it will take another 3-4 days of session, which will end up on missing the important things. So yes, Tosca will support mobile automation for sure. We did it for few of our projects, and it will not ask you to what to say, install the different softwares. No, everything's inbuilt. So yes, Tosca will help you to automate your mobile applications also. Okay, and if others don't have any questions, means feel free to drop off, because I have already taken 13 minutes of your additional time. Whoever is having questions, feel free to raise, and either in the chat or else unmuting yourself. Okay, so before you drop off, I want to make a point. So classes will begin from tomorrow, and so whoever is head to enroll for the classes, please reach out to the admin team and get their instructions how to enroll for the classes. And from starting from tomorrow, we will be switching into the actual classes and starting automation on how to automate Salesforce using Tosca. Okay, and I got another question, which is how
Sorry to interrupt, Anup. Yeah, I have one small question. Can I?
yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah, hi, my name is Digambar. Anup, yeah, already. Yeah, I have nearby 7 years of experience, and from last 2 years, I'm not working. So, yeah, my question is that if you do sell, yeah, already I have some little bit knowledge for Tosca. I have done classes, but not in practice. And if you do Salesforce, then can I put like 2-3 year experience for that? Like Salesforce with Tosca for 3 year experience like that.
Yeah. That's what usually people should do, right? Let's take an example. See, what usually people should do is they never worked in automation in their whole career itself, either for 3-4 years or 6 years, 7 years.
No,
Okay.
no. My question is, so yeah, sorry to interrupt. My question is not that. From last 2 years, I'm not working. Means I am unemployed. You can say like this.
Mhm.
So can I put can I say like 3 years I have worked for Salesforce?
We can say like that, but we'll be end up on getting BGB things, right? So when we're able to handle that BGB part, definitely you can go for that.
Okay, BG means yeah, company document verification and all.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, already yeah, means all my companies that are real, and I have worked with MNCs.
Then that shouldn't be the problem.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the clarification.
No issues there. And I got another question from Vikas. How much project we covering? So which means like we'll be covering one mini project and one final project. And one mini project will be from Salesforce point of view, and one major point project from the different e-commerce website. That will be the end-to-end automation, where we will be adding a particular product to the cart and completing the payment and taking the PDF for verifications and all. Hope that answers. Yeah. In Tosca, we do regression shoot. Yes, all the automations are meant for regressions actually. First, when we start any automation, the first and foremost the area to look into is regression scripts, right? The test case which been getting executed multiple times, that is what our main target should be. That is a good one to do also. The next part should be functional. Yes, so Tosca will support your regression automation for sure. Yeah, no problem. Okay. Okay, and I could say like I covered most of the questions, whatever I got. Still, Anuradha, you have any questions?
No, Anup, I'm good. Thank you.
Good, thank you. Fine, guys. You feel free to drop off if you don't have anything else. Let's meet on tomorrow session and start with the day one classes.
Okay, Anu. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.